Regal Cinemas presents Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Tickets are now on sale for the film, screening in North America starting August 19th, 2022, both subbed and dubbed. I will leave a link down below in the description of this video for you to get your tickets now for Dragon Ball Super Superhero, so you can watch the film with all your friends. It'll be a great time, and for the first time ever in North America, we will not only have the subbed version available for theaters, but it'll also be in IMAX and 4DX. Check your local listings for that. The link is in the description. Dragon Ball Super Superhero tickets are on sale now. Go get them. At long last, with chapter 86 of the Dragon Ball Super manga, the long battle with gas has ended as Granolah, Vegeta, and Goku, and with help from Monito and Oatmeal, defeated gas once and for all. But is gas really done? What about Elec? What about the Heeters? Today we're going to preview Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 87, which could be the finale of the Granolah arc. We'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about Frieza, OG73, and more today on this video. Please leave a like, of course, and share the video out, and leave your comments with your predictions for Chapter 87. Joining me as always is Mr. Senpai, man. So, gas has been beaten. Now, here's the question, man. Yeah, he lost. Here's the question. Is he really finished? We've seen this dude go down and then come back. Have we seen the last of Gas as a fighter in the Granolah arc?
Yeah, so if you word it that way, yes, he's done as a character. But that's not the last we're going to see of Gas, in my opinion. Check this out, Keekdom. So as a character, he obviously ran out of gas. And there's no more use for him for Elec. He's done. He failed his only job. However, his body still has a lot of power. His body could still be useful, especially when you consider the fact that OG73 has the ability to copy somebody's power. So if I'm Elec and I'm trying to think of a strategic way to reduce the loss that I had, then I'm going to take Gas, I'm going to copy his body, and then I'm going to just put him to the side. So we're going to see OG73 either combined with Gas as an android, or we're going to see Gas's power in OG73. But Gas as a character, he's done. That's it.
Right, okay. Now, and so you're still thinking that OG73 will have a place here in this arc. We haven't heard any mention of him at all, but we do know that Elec has a backup plan. So you think that is... We still aren't under that belief then, right?
I would be pissed if they don't use OG73. You literally have a nuclear weapon at your arsenal. You're not going to use it...
It might be more than a nuclear weapon, bro, at this rate. You know what I mean? But I know what you mean. It might be more. And so, like we talked about this months ago, if you have OG73 copying the powers of Gas or whatever, then that wish limit where he gets older, OG73's body's not going to age, and thus he might be able to have those powers with no drawback.
Exactly. I mean, you nailed it. That's exactly right. And at that point, how are Goku, Granolah, and Vegeta going to defeat somebody who is not getting older, who just continues to get stronger?
Right. Yeah,
remember, that's what the wish is. You continuously surpass everyone who's above you, right? In exchange for getting older, but you're not getting older anymore because you're a freaking android. So it's gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah, no, I got you. Now, speaking of Elec, okay, so I didn't really like what Granolah said in the previous chapter about how he's letting Oil and Mackie go is acceptable for me, because it seems like Oil and Mackie actually have a heart. There's some foreshadowing here that Oil and Mackie might not be as evil or as manipulative as Elec, and maybe they also are manipulated by him. But when it comes to Elec, what's gonna piss me off is if Granolah does not finish him off. So I'm either going to expect a Granolah versus Elec fight, or I'm going to expect Granolah to try to kill Elec, or if you really want me to go into detail, it could be a thing where Granolah wants to let Elec go, because he said he wanted to get the revenge out of his heart, which is because of the influence from Goku and Bardock and them. But then Elec kills Monito. who is his father figure, like how he killed his mother, and that could lead to Elec getting killed by Granolah. Either way, if Elec does not get killed by Granolah at some point, that is not satisfying for me at all.
So let me give you a setup, because the way that chapter 86 ended, the way it ended, we're not gonna see that happening, because he did say he doesn't want to have revenge against anyone. So that was the specific key word. However, if you notice at the end of chapter 86, we saw Goku, Vegeta, Granolah on top of the rock. We saw Oil and Maki going to grab gas.
Right.
But we didn't see Monito, and we didn't see Elec. I
Yeah.
think that was done on purpose. They suddenly weren't in the frame. That made no sense. So the reason that they didn't show up is because I think as these characters are distracted, Elec, as a plan C, he actually kidnapped Monito. And that's going to force Granolah, who literally just said, I have no revenge against anybody. But if you find out that your daddy, your papa, just got kidnapped,
So you
I don't
think
know
that,
about you, Geekdom, but I'm going to go do something about that.
of course, no, me too. But so you're thinking instead of him just straight up wiping Monito out, you think that he's gonna, because he's not as powerful as Gas, presumably. We don't know what the hell's going on with him, but you think that it'd be a more slime ball thing to do to have him kidnap Monito and use him as as a way to escape or something like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's leverage. He's an asset that's better delivered alive than dead. Being alive, that's going to allow him to have some leverage over Granolah. But if he's dead, he has no leverage over Granolah, because Granolah just said, I don't want any revenge. And think about it. Granolah has lost everything at this point. Losing a father, he can deal with that. But knowing that his father is alive and is kidnapped, prisoner, he has to do something about that. And
For
Elec
sure.
is going to use that to his advantage.
I
Yeah.
mean, either way, whichever scenario they go with, Ellis got to die at the hands of Granolah. That's my. It's got to happen.
Oh,
Now,
yeah. But
yeah. Go ahead.
But by the end of the saga, that has to
Right.
happen.
Yeah,
Not
and
only that, but the end of the saga, Monito has to die.
We're gonna talk about that here in just a moment, about the end of the saga, because it sounds like we're really close. Like I'm thinking 2 to 4 chapters, minimum 2, maximum 4. But maybe the next chapter it will end. But we'll talk about that in a minute. First, I want to ask you about Frieza. We're close to the end. I didn't think we were going to see Frieza pop up at all, other than maybe a cameo at the end. 'Cause they've been talking about Frieza a lot. Like, he's all over this arc without actually appearing. Do you think we might see Frieza?
Do you remember the past few videos we done on this? I agree with you. I said, yeah, he might show up as a cameo, but at this point, no significance. However, Chapter 86 changed things for me, Danny. Chapter 86, now that Elec has nobody, Elec doesn't have Gas. He's about to lose Maki and Oil, because they're eventually going to find out the truth and that this guy's a scumbag.
So you think they might actually turn on him and join the good side?
If they have enough time to even live by the time they realize. But in their minds, they're going to turn. But when it comes to Elec, he is going to go to Frieza and make him a friend, a temporary friend. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Frieza has the resources. He's got the army. He's got the money, right? He's got the manpower to really, at the very least, make things difficult for Goku, Granolah, and Vegeta. So why not you have a 40-year relationship with Frieza. Why not leverage that relationship to temporarily make him your ally, try to defeat these other guys, and then you backstab him? As Frieza is busy kind of fighting these characters, Elec can then behind the scenes try to backstab Frieza. I mean, I think it's a perfect plan. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean that it does sound like something Elec would do, but I also think that Frieza. I don't think Frieza's entire army have a chance against Granolah, Goku, and Vegeta, though. I don't think anybody there has a chance against any of those guys, especially all 3 of them together. Like, it just wouldn't do them any good. I don't think so, but who knows what they could pop up with, because, it is what it is. Now, when it comes to the end of this arc, like I said, I'm thinking 2 to 4 chapters. That's my guess. Not a spoiler. It's not a news thing. It's just a guess, a speculation. my question is, two questions for you, and then of course everybody leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this. So it might end next chapter. They could end it next chapter. That's realistic.
Could
for
very
me.
well end. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's enough pages to actually close out the story. But we both talked about how Monito and Elec are probably going to die. Now, do you think the Heeters, the other ones, Oil, Mackie, and Gas, are they dead? Because I have a feeling they all might die, or maybe one of them might survive and turn good and go live peacefully, and the rest might die.
I want them to live because I see them as victims, but at the same time, when they fight, so they have some suspicions against Elec, right? The only reason they're working for him is because his family and we believe in his cause. The moment they find out the truth, that okay, this guy's a scomeback.
I mean, they're kind of finding it out now because I think Elec's not going to give a damn about Gas getting beat, bro. He's not going to care about him. He's gonna show his true colors. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you this: if you're Elec, and then the two people that work for you no longer want to work for you, are they a liability if you keep them alive, or wouldn't you want to kill them?
Well, I mean, I'm not a narcissist like Elec is, but right. But I see your point. Yeah, logically he wouldn't want to do it. But I'm just wondering if they're gonna die at the hands of Granolah or at the hands of Elec, and it could be at the hands of Elec, bro. Just to show. I mean, we saw in the BoJack movie. Everybody compares these guys to the BoJack gang. BoJack sacrificed Zanya. You know, he punched he Gohan punched right through her and BoJack, but he put her in front of him. So.
Yeah.
So these scumbags, man, they don't care, you know?
Hey, they flew too close to the sun. They know too much. They know Alec's ultimate plan regarding Frieza.
Right.
So it's not good to keep them living because they might go to Frieza and tell him Alec's plan. So Elec has to kill them if they find out the truth. That is their punishment. Death is the punishment for finding the truth.
No, and that makes sense.
I'm sounding narcissistic here.
No, but he's a villain. I mean, that's a good way to write the villain. So either way, the Heeters are all dead. Monito's dead. Is Granolah going to survive this arc? That's the one that I'm curious about.
See,
because they can go either way with this.
If Monito dies, then I'm going to be pretty solid that Granolah has to survive. Because what's the point of killing Granolah? I understand that the wish, right? There was a wish. He has, but the point of him continuing to live is to continue the memory and the lessons. If you die, this entire saga, which was the Granolah saga, was pointless, meaningless.
Well, no, I think he can die at least a peaceful man getting his revenge, like actually getting it. You know what I mean? They could do that. He'll die. He'll go to heaven. He'll be fine. You know, he'll not go to hell, you know, even though he's done bad things. Maybe he's gonna like atone for them, but or he could live. Maybe he'll live and not have his powers anymore. Maybe he'll give up his powers and live a regular life as a civilian.
Live a regular life. He's the last remaining person from his race.
Right.
I mean, if he's gone, the civilians are
I mean, they're pretty much gone. They're pretty much gone as it is because there's no female Cerealian, so he's gonna have a half breed have a half breed at most. You know.
Yeah, that's true. That is, you got a good point there.
Either way, it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen next chapter, and we all look forward to seeing it. But the arc is definitely winding down. I'm just wondering if the next arc will be a continuation of this arc, like kind of like what they did with OG-73 being the connective tissue between Moro and Granolah. I wonder if they're going to do that and sort of like continue the story. Maybe Elec will survive into the next arc for all we know.
Yeah, the only way I see this kind of like you said continuing or having a relation to this arc is if Frieza somehow gets involved with Elec.
Or if Elec survives. Because Elec could also go.
Elec survives.
He can go get help from somebody else that hasn't even been revealed yet. I don't know.
Yeah, because what makes an interesting villain, and the reason why I want him to live, is because Elec is actually not that strong. He's kind of weak.
I know he's smart.
And when was the last time we had a villain like that?
Well, Moro at the beginning was like that, and then they kind of made him into any old villain. Yeah, so
yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But thank you, Mr. Senpai, for being here. And thanks, everybody, for checking it out. Leave your comments, and we'll talk soon.